Today is going to be a great day. I am Nikki G, your host, and welcome to the Lone Doctrine. I am your weekly dose of constructive food for thought. 'Tis the season to be stressed out. It's the holiday season. Whatever, wherever you celebrate or don't celebrate, stress is in the air. It's my favorite season based on all the festivities, all the time we get together, whether we're with our friends, our family, and just the joy it brings throughout the world. But I can always feel this tension looming in the air. So this month, we're going to explore the subject of stress, and more importantly, how to de-stress or decompress. So what is stress? According to the Webster's Dictionary, stress is a state of mental or emotional strain. The impact of stress in our lives is more serious than most people realize. Stress comes in all shapes and sizes, and this month we hope to give you food for thought that will help you gain energy and not lose energy. I have a personal belief that I've noted as wasteful emotions. Taking unnecessary emotions and not allowing them to steal my peace. Ironically, this has been the case for most of my life, but has recently become much easier for me, but not in the way you might think. I've been faced with a lot of real issues ranging from tragedy, losing loved ones, facing and fighting diseases and health challenges, as well as life challenges, so much so, I recently had a friend so baffled by the long list of unfortunate events in my life that she could only resort to saying, maybe your life is cursed. No. Now, that's a whole different topic and not what I necessarily believe, but it's within the time of facing all these serious challenges that made the important aspects of life more clear. I would not wish any of these things on anyone, but it's consistently teaching me to see these things on not what's happening to me, but how I'm going to handle them. I could easily let any one of these things take down my world. But here's the long-winded point I'm getting to is simply this. Don't sweat the small stuff. The holiday season can bring a lot of stress. What gifts to buy? Who's going to whose house? What are we having for the holiday meals? Do I have time off? Will I have enough money? The questions could go on and on. This month, I want you to try something else. When you find yourself in one of these moments, realize the feeling. We're all allowed to feel, but then take a step back and ask yourself, is this stress, the frustration, or even the anger worth taking away my peace? What gifts are you going to buy? Flip it. Be thankful you can buy any at all. Who's going to whose house? Flip it. Be grateful you have a home and even options of loved ones and friends to celebrate with. The point is, things may not be as bad as they seem, and a lot of our daily stress is unnecessary. You might be thinking, well, you don't get it. I have a lot on my plate. I have no family. I have no friends. I don't make enough money. I'm a firm believer in no matter your circumstance, even if it's through the darkest days of your life, as I've experienced, finding and cherishing what counts is what matters. The silver lining, the blessing in disguise, whatever you'd like to call it, it's there. You just have to be willing to clear the muck, clear the lack mentality, clear the negativity, clear the stress, and make this one and only life the best life. There have been many instances in my life where I've learned from those who are older than me. Some people would call them senior citizens. Other people would call them the wise ones or the elders. My grandparents have taught me a lot, but even perfect strangers have taught me so much. Taught me that in even the most difficult situations, it's us choosing and us making the choice to make the best of it. But something that has stuck out to me lately is this. My grandma is facing stage 4 cancer. And unfortunately, it is a disease that is so unpredictable. And through all of the ups and the downs, my grandma has seen the blessing with every turn. So many turns that you would never even fathom some of the blessings. She can laugh, she can smile, and she can somewhat twist to her benefit. Sometimes in cancer, chemotherapy can lead to lots of different ailments. One of those ailments can be neuropathy. Neuropathy actually kills your nerves, and it sometimes makes it so you can't taste things, you can't feel things. It hurts to pick up hot things or cold things. And because of this, my grandma is experiencing neuropathy in her mouth and in her hands. So her hands are always cold. Now, recently, my grandma had an unfortunate fall. And in that fall, she fractured her hip. She tore her meniscus in her knee. Not only dealing with cancer on top of all this, she hit her head and she had a welt. Through every facet of this experience, one could view it as awful. Cancer is an awful disease. But again, as I always say, it's not necessarily what's happening to us. It's what we're going to do with it. Challenges in life are inevitable. And what did my grandma say in light of all of this happening is, well, the neuropathy came in handy. My hands were so cold, I put it on my head and it made the welt go down. Now you might be thinking, wow, that's the craziest thing. You might even giggle a little bit, and we had to, because in the face of so much darkness, we have to keep pushing through. And my grandma has shown through all of this and through her entire life that no matter the circumstance, there is a silver lining. There is a blessing in disguise. You just have to be aware and willing to make that choice. So let's look back at stress. Many of us have all the reasons in the world to stress out, but are those things worth the stress? Is it something that is taking away the energy needed for a real life, the real deal? I get it. We're human. I'm human. But when I find myself in those moments of stressing over traffic, busy stores, long lines, all my daily to-dos, and the long list of life, I take a moment to stop myself and check myself. I ask myself, is it worth it? And most of the time, it isn't. So as I wrap up today, here's some food for thought. Stress affects us all. We all feel stress. It's a part of our survival, but it's most definitely evolved way past what is actually needed to survive. Some cope better than others or recover at a faster rate, but there are different types of stress which cause physical and mental health risks. Now, not all stress is bad. Stress can sometimes help us survive and even help us to perform better. In these healthier circumstances, your body chemistry changes and engages so all functions are geared towards survival and many other positive aspects like taking a test, interviewing for a new job, making a speech, or performing on stage. And one more last food for thought. There are ways to manage stress, and that's what we'll be focusing on this month. Stress, spelled backwards, is desserts. So let's make it a good month for us all. And until next time, keep fighting the good fight.
It's a great